The alarm screamed at 6:03 a.m. 10-year-old Sky bolted upright. Today was the California State Mathematics competition. Her one shot at proving she belonged. She pulled on her uniform, grabbed her backpack, and ran into the rain-soaked streets. Formulas raced through her mind. The trophy. The scholarship. Everything she'd worked for. Then she saw her. An elderly woman collapsed on the wet pavement. Trembling. Alone. People walked right past. Sky tried to lift her. Too heavy. Her small arms shook with effort. A wheelbarrow leaned against a nearby house. Sky made a choice. The woman. Not the competition. She pushed that wheelbarrow through rain and pain for 5 hours. Cars honked. Arms burned. Uniform soaked. Every step took her further from her dream. When she finally stopped, exhausted and defeated, she had no idea a black luxury sedan was pulling up behind her. Or that the powerful man stepping out was the billionaire son of the woman she'd just saved. Sky's sacrifice was about to change everything. But not in any way she could have imagined. Before we dive deeper into the story, tell me, where are you listening from? And don't forget to subscribe so I can share more incredible stories with you tomorrow. To help you understand this story, let me take you back to where it all began. The alarm screamed at 6:03 a.m. Sky shot up in bed. Her heart pounded against her ribs. Today was the day. The California State Mathematics competition. She had trained for months, stayed up late solving equations while other kids watched TV. Memorized formulas until numbers danced in her sleep. This was her shot to prove she belonged with the smartest kids in the state. She yanked on her crisp uniform. Laced her sneakers tight. Grabbed her backpack and slung it over one shoulder. Her calculator sat heavy in the front pocket. Lucky eraser from Grandma in the side zip. Everything ready. Outside her window, puddles shimmered from last night's rain. Early sunlight bounced off wet asphalt and shiny windows. The world looked clean. New. Full of possibility. Sky's mind was already racing through formulas as she stepped into the cool morning air. Pythagorean theorem. Quadratic equations. Long division problems that made other kids cry. She walked fast. Determination lit up her small frame like electricity. Halfway down the street, she froze. An elderly woman had collapsed on the wet pavement. Face pale as paper. Hands shaking as she tried to push herself up, her groceries scattered everywhere. Apples rolling into the gutter. Cars honked. People rushed past. Nobody stopped. Sky's stomach twisted into a hard knot. For 1 second, the competition pulled at her. The medal. The recognition, the applause. Teachers smiling. Her mom crying happy tears. But the woman gasped. A weak, fragile sound that cut through everything else. Sky ran forward. She tried to lift the woman but couldn't. Too heavy. Too weak. Her small arms trembled with effort. Then she spotted it. A wheelbarrow leaning against a nearby house. Relief rushed through her chest. She sprinted toward it. Called out to a man walking past. He hesitated. Looked at his watch. Then nodded. Together they lifted the woman carefully into the wheelbarrow. She groaned softly. Her breathing came in short, painful bursts. The man walked away quickly. Didn't look back. Sky stood alone. Gripping the handles. Heart racing. This was it. Her dream delayed. Her courage tested. She checked her phone, 6:18 a.m. The competition started at 10. She had time. She could do this. Get the woman help and still make it. Sky gritted her teeth and started pushing. The first step of a day that would change everything had begun. Sky gripped the wheelbarrow handles with both hands. Her teeth clenched. Muscles already trembling. She started pushing. Water splashed with every wobble. Soaked her shoes. Soaked her uniform. The woman's breathing filled her ears. Shallow. Weak. Labored. Her arms burned. Back ached. Every step was a battle. Her sneakers slipped on the wet pavement. Small waves rippled through puddles, cars honked at her. Angry. Impatient. She maneuvered around them, heart pounding. Pedestrians stared. Some frowned. Others looked curious. Sky didn't notice them. Her mind focused on one thing. Get this woman to safety. The city was busy at this hour. People rushing to work. School buses loading kids. But it felt suspended. Like the world was watching her struggle. Reflections shimmered in puddles. Tiny mirrors capturing her sweat. Her tears. Her determination. Each wobble felt huge. Every breath reminded her what she gave up, the math competition slipping further away with every push. Almost there, she whispered to the woman. Her voice shook, but she meant it. She pictured her teachers. Mrs. Chen especially. The applause she would never hear this morning. The medal she wouldn't hold. Her chest tightened. She had wanted to shine. Prove her brilliance. Show everyone she wasn't just smart for a 10-year-old. She was smart, period. But now she understood something else. Courage sometimes meant giving up glory for compassion. Shadows stretched across the streets. The wind carried a chill. Her soaked uniform clung to her skin like ice. She wondered if anyone noticed her efforts. If anyone cared. Or if she was invisible like the woman had been moments ago. The wheelbarrow hit a bump. The woman groaned. Sky's heart jumped into her throat. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Almost there, I promise. Her arms screamed. Begged her to stop, put it down. Call someone else. Let someone stronger help. But Sky pressed on. She didn't know it yet. Couldn't see it. But the choices she made right now would ripple far beyond this street. Far beyond her imagination. A black car passed slowly. Tinted windows. Expensive looking. It slowed near her. Then kept going. Sky barely noticed. She was too focused. Too tired. Too determined. She checked her phone at a stoplight. 6:47 a.m. The competition started in 3 hours and 13 minutes. If she got the woman help in the next 30 minutes, she could still make it. Run home. Change clothes. Catch a ride. She could still do this. Both things, save the woman and compete. She pushed harder. Faster. Ignoring the pain shooting through her shoulders. The woman's hand reached out weakly. Touched Sky's arm. Thank you, child. Sky's throat closed up. She blinked back tears. Kept pushing. The streets glistened. Morning sun breaking through clouds. Everything looked beautiful and terrible at the same time. A fire station appeared 2 blocks ahead. Red brick building. Flags out front. Relief flooded through her. Almost there. Just 2 more blocks. The wheelbarrow wobbled again. Her grip slipped. She caught it just in time. Sweat dripped into her eyes. Her braids were coming loose. Her uniform was ruined. But she didn't care anymore. Getting this woman safe was all that mattered now. She pushed forward. 1 step. Then another. Somewhere behind her, that black car circled back. Parked quietly. Watching. But Sky didn't see it. She only saw the fire station ahead. Safety. Help. Hope, 2 more blocks. She could do this. Sky's legs ached. Her arms burned from gripping the handles. Every wobble threatened to topple the woman. The competition had started an hour ago. Her classmates were already there. Solving equations. Writing answers. While she pushed through puddles, anxiety clawed at her chest. This was her dream. Her moment. Slipping away with every second. But the woman's trembling body pressed against her conscience. Every push forward. Every splash in the streets. Reminded Sky she had chosen the harder path. The right path. Her sneakers dragged through mud. Her uniform was destroyed, but she didn't falter. Compassion outweighed ambition. She could feel it in her bones. Reflections in the puddles caught her eye. Distorted faces of strangers. Neon glow from a bakery. Wet sidewalk cracks stretching like obstacles. Each reflection mirrored her struggle. Her determination. Her fear. The weight of responsibility pressed down, heavier than the wheelbarrow itself. Almost there, ma'am. Just a little further. The elderly woman's soft murmurs of thanks made Sky's throat tighten. She realized something right then. Her courage mattered more than medals. More than trophies. More than proving herself to judges who didn't even know her name. Above, the morning clouds were breaking, but the streets stayed slick. Treacherous. Shadows from buildings stretched longer with every push. They looked like fingers reaching across the pavement. Sky reached the intersection of Main and Elm. Her muscles trembled violently now. The wheelbarrow threatened to tip with every bump. Every crack in the asphalt. Her hands were numb. Skin wet and wrinkled from rain. The woman clutched the wheelbarrow's sides. Her breathing shallow. Weak. Sky's mind drifted for 1 second to the competition. Her teachers. Mrs. Chen's proud smile. Her friends cheering. The trophy she might never hold. She swallowed hard. Her choice was clear. But the weight of it crushed her chest. Tears blurred her vision. She blinked them away. Refused to stop. The streets around her were empty now. Morning rain had created small rivers along the gutters. The woman groaned softly. You're safe now. Almost there. Sky's voice shook, but her determination didn't. She could feel exhaustion digging deep into her bones. Yet every push was fueled by something stronger. Something she couldn't name. Then she froze. Shadows flickered along the street. She thought she heard footsteps. A vehicle slowing down. A figure watching from somewhere she couldn't see. But the street was empty. Goosebumps prickled her skin. Something was there. Or someone. Waiting. Watching. She shook it off. Probably just tired. Her brain playing tricks. Sky pressed forward. Her arms screamed. Her legs begged her to quit. Every drop of rain. Every wobble. Every step felt huge. She didn't know who watched. Didn't know the significance yet. But soon everything would become clear. Her life would change forever. She just had to keep pushing. Keep going. Keep choosing courage over comfort. The fire station was 1 block away now. She could see the red doors. The flags waving. Help was right there. She gritted her teeth. Tightened her grip. And pushed harder than she thought possible. The woman whispered something. Sky asked, leaning closer while still pushing. You're special, child. Very special. Sky didn't understand. But the words settled in her chest like warmth. 1 more block. She could do this. Sky reached the fire station doors. Her body shook. Sweat mixed with rain on her face. She banged on the door with her fist. Once. Twice. 3 times. A firefighter opened it. Young guy. Maybe 25. His eyes went wide. Help. Please. She collapsed. I don't know what's wrong. He called over his shoulder. 2 more firefighters rushed out. They lifted the woman gently from the wheelbarrow. Carried her inside. Sky stood there. Empty wheelbarrow in front of her. Arms hanging limp at her sides. She had done it. The woman was safe. Relief crashed over her like a wave. Then exhaustion, her knees buckled. She caught herself on the wheelbarrow handle. You okay, kid? The first firefighter crouched beside her. Sky nodded. Couldn't speak. Her throat was too tight. That was brave. Really brave. How long were you pushing her? Sky checked her phone. The screen was wet. Cracked in one corner. She wiped it on her shirt. 8:23 a.m. 2 hours. She had been pushing for 2 hours. Where are your parents? The firefighter asked. Home. I was on my way to my math competition. His face changed. Softened. You missed it? Sky nodded. The reality foreman hit her all at once. She had missed it. The California State Mathematics competition. The thing she trained months for. Gone. Tears spilled down her cheeks before she could stop them. Hey, hey. You did something amazing today. You saved that woman's life. But I wanted to compete. I studied so hard. I know. But you made a choice. The right choice. That takes guts most adults don't have. Sky wiped her face with her wet sleeve. It didn't help. Inside, she could hear voices. Paramedics had arrived. They were checking the woman's vitals. Asking questions. The firefighter stood up. Wait here. Let me get you some water. He disappeared inside. Sky leaned against the brick wall. Her body felt like it weighed 1,000 pounds. Every muscle screamed. She looked down at her uniform. Mud splattered. Soaking wet. One shoe had come untied somewhere along the way. Her calculator was still in her backpack. Unused. Her lucky eraser. Her pencils. All there. All useless now. A paramedic came outside. Older woman with kind eyes. You brought her in? Yes, ma'am. She's stable. You got her here just in time. Another hour and we might have lost her. Sky's chest tightened. Another hour. She had almost given up twice. Almost left her to find someone else to help. Thank you, the paramedic said. Seriously. You're a hero. Hero. The word felt strange. Wrong. She wasn't a hero. She was just a kid who missed her competition. The paramedic went back inside. Sky sat down on the curb. Put her head in her hands. Across the street, a black sedan pulled up. Parked quietly, the engine hummed soft. Sky didn't notice, she was too tired. Too defeated. Inside that car, a man watched her carefully. He had seen everything. Followed the entire journey from the moment she loaded the woman into the wheelbarrow. He picked up his phone. Made a call. I found her. The girl from this morning. She's at the station on Main. A pause. Yes. I'm certain. She's exactly what Mother described. Another pause. I'll wait. I want to meet her myself. He ended the call. Settled back in his seat. Eyes never leaving Sky. She sat there on the curb. Small. Exhausted. Unaware that her life was about to change in ways she couldn't imagine. The firefighter came back with water and a blanket. Here. Drink this. I called your mom. She's on her way. Sky took the water. Drank it in 3 gulps. Everything hurt. Everything ached. But somewhere deep inside, beneath the disappointment and exhaustion, she felt something else. Pride. She had done the right thing. 5 hours passed. Sky sat on a bench outside the fire station. Her mom had come. Hugged her tight. Cried. Then left for her shift at the hospital. Couldn't miss work. Bills didn't pay themselves. The firefighters brought Sky dry clothes from the donation box. Gray sweatpants. A faded blue hoodie. Her wet uniform sat in a plastic bag beside her. The woman was still inside. Resting. The paramedics said she'd be okay. Just dehydrated. Weak. Needed monitoring. Sky should have felt happy. She saved a life. That mattered. But all she felt was hollow. The competition was over. Results were probably posted by now. Some other kid held the trophy. Some other kid got the scholarship. The math camp invitation. The recognition. Not her. She checked her phone. Texts from Mrs. Chen. From her friends. All asking where she was. Why she didn't show up. She couldn't answer. Didn't know what to say. The sun was lower now. Afternoon light stretched across the parking lot. Made the puddles look like gold. Sky leaned back against the bench. Closed her eyes. Every muscle still ached. A sound made her look up. A car engine. Smooth. Expensive sounding. A black luxury sedan pulled into the parking lot. Slow. Deliberate. It stopped right in front of her. Sky's heart jumped. She sat up straight. The driver's door opened. A man stepped out. Maybe 35. Sharp suit, clean. Shave. He moved like someone important. Confident but not cocky. He looked directly at her. Sky's breath caught. Something about his eyes. Familiar somehow, but she'd never seen him before. He walked toward her. Not rushing. Not hesitant. Just steady. "Are you Sky?" he asked. Her throat went dry. "Yes. My name is Ethan Carlisle." He paused. "Let the name settle." "The woman you saved this morning." "That's my mother." Sky's mind went blank. Then raced. His mother. The elderly woman. This man's mother. "Is she okay?" Sky blurted out. Ethan's face softened. "She's fine. Because of you. I just helped her. Anyone would have." "No." His voice was firm. Kind but firm. "Most people walked right past her. You stopped. You sacrificed everything to help a stranger." Sky looked down at her borrowed clothes. At the plastic bag with her ruined uniform. "I missed my competition." "I know." Ethan sat down on the bench beside her. "Not too close. Respectful distance. I watched you. The whole time." Sky's head snapped up. "You watched me?" "I was looking for my mother. She goes for walks sometimes. Gets confused. Today she wandered too far. Collapsed. I was driving around searching when I saw you loading her into that wheelbarrow." "Why didn't you help?" "I wanted to. But I saw something in you. Something rare." He paused. "Courage. Real courage. Not the kind people talk about. The kind people live." Sky didn't know what to say. Ethan reached into his jacket pocket. Pulled out a business card. Handed it to her. Carlisle Industries, it read. CEO underneath his name. "You gave up something important today," he said. "Your competition. Your dream. For someone you didn't know." She needed help. Most people would have called 911 and kept walking. You didn't. You stayed. You pushed her through rain and pain for 2 hours. That says everything about who you are. Sky's chest tightened. Tears threatened again. "I want to make sure your bravery doesn't go unnoticed," Ethan continued. "Or unrewarded." "I don't need a reward." "I know. That's exactly why you deserve one." He stood up. Straightened his jacket. "I'll be in touch. Soon. Very soon." He walked back to his car. Got in. The engine purred to life. Sky watched him drive away. Card still in her hand. Everything felt different suddenly. Bigger. Like the world had shifted while she sat on this bench. She didn't understand yet. Couldn't see the full picture. But something had changed. And it was only beginning. Sky slumped on the curb outside her house. Still drenched. Still exhausted. The business card felt heavy in her pocket. Her small apartment building looked different somehow. Like she was seeing it for the first time. The chipped paint. The rusty mailboxes. The cracked steps. She had lived here her whole life. Never thought twice about it. But now, after meeting Ethan Carlisle, everything looked smaller. She pulled out the card again. Studied it. Carlisle Industries. She'd heard that name before. Somewhere. Couldn't remember where. Her neighbor Mrs. Rodriguez came out carrying groceries. Saw Sky sitting there in borrowed clothes. "Mija, What happened to you? Sky stood up. I helped someone today. An old lady who fell. Mrs. Rodriguez's face softened. That's my girl. Always thinking of others. She patted Sky's cheek. Your mama raised you right. She went inside. Sky sat back down. Stared at the card. What did he mean by rewarded? Money? She didn't want money. That felt wrong. Like getting paid for doing the right thing. Her phone buzzed. Text from Mrs. Chin. Sky, where were you? We waited. You would have won. The problems were perfect for you. Her stomach dropped. Would have won. Those 3 words cut deep. She could have won. Could have held that trophy. Could have made her mom proud in front of everyone. Instead she sat here. Wet. Tired. Alone. But the woman was alive. Ethan's mother. She was okay because Sky stopped. That had to count for something. Didn't it? She went inside. Her little brother Marcus was watching cartoons. He looked up. Why are you wearing weird clothes? Long story. Mom said you're a hero. Sky froze. She said that? Marcus nodded. Went back to his cartoons. Hero. There was that word again. Sky changed into her own clothes. Threw the borrowed ones in the wash. Her uniform was ruined. Mud stains that wouldn't come out. Her mom would be upset. That uniform cost money they didn't have. She lay on her bed. Stared at the ceiling. The cracks looked like a map. Like roads going nowhere. Her phone buzzed again. Unknown number. This is Ethan Carlisle. I hope I'm not bothering you. Her heart jumped. She sat up fast. No. It's okay. 3 dots appeared. He was typing. I spoke with my mother. She wants to meet you. Thank you properly. Sky's hands shook. She doesn't have to. She insists. Would tomorrow work? I can pick you up. Tomorrow. Sunday. No school. No competition to miss. Okay. 10 a.m. I'll text you the address. Bring your mother if you'd like. The conversation ended. Sky stared at her phone. What just happened? Why did a billionaire want her to meet his mother? Why did any of this matter? She looked around her tiny room. Posters of mathematicians on the walls. Books stacked everywhere. Her calculator sitting on the desk. Unused. She thought about the competition, about the trophy she'd never hold. About Mrs. Chen's text. Would have won. Her chest ached. But then she thought about the woman. Pale face. Trembling hands. How scared she looked lying there on the sidewalk. Nobody else stopped. Just Sky. And now Ethan Carlisle was texting her. Asking to meet. Talking about rewards. None of it made sense. She heard her mom come home. Footsteps in the hallway. The door opened. Baby, how you feeling? Sky turned. Her mom looked tired. Always looked tired after 12-hour shifts. I'm okay. Her mom sat on the bed. Pulled Sky close. I'm so proud of you. You know that? I missed the competition. You saved a life. That's bigger than any competition. But I studied so hard. I know. And that wasn't wasted. You'll have other chances. But that woman. She only had one chance. And you gave it to her. Sky's throat tightened. She leaned into her mom's shoulder. Someone wants to meet me tomorrow. The woman's son. He's rich. Really rich. Her mom pulled back. Looked at her carefully. Rich how? Carlisle Industries rich. Her mom's eyes went wide. The Carlisle family? Sky, they own half of California. He seems nice. I'm coming with you. He said I could bring you. Her mom nodded. Quiet for a moment. Then smiled. My baby girl. Making moves I never dreamed of. Sky didn't feel like she was making moves. She felt like the world was spinning and she was trying to hold on. But something big was coming. She could feel it in her bones. Change. She just didn't know how much. Sunday morning came too fast. Sky barely slept. Her mind raced all night. What did they want? Why did it matter so much? She put on her best outfit. A blue dress her mom bought for church last Easter. It was too small now. Tight in the shoulders. But it was all she had. Her mom wore her nurse scrubs. Didn't have time to change between shifts. She looked nervous. Kept checking her phone. You sure about this? Her mom asked for the third time. Too late now. At exactly 10 o'clock, the black sedan pulled up outside. Ethan stepped out. Same sharp suit. Same calm confidence. He opened the back door for them. Good morning. Sky's mom climbed in first. Eyes scanning everything. Protective. Alert. Sky followed. The inside smelled like leather and something expensive. Wood polish maybe. The seats were softer than her bed. Ethan got in the driver's seat, glanced at them in the mirror. Thank you for coming. My mother's been talking about you non-stop. They drove through neighborhoods Sky had never seen. Big houses. Manicured lawns. Trees that looked like someone trimmed them with scissors. Her mom gripped her purse tight. Sky could feel her tension. Where exactly are we going? Her mom asked. Polite but firm. My mother's home. About 20 minutes from here. They drove in silence. Sky watched the city change outside her window. Smaller houses became bigger. Apartment buildings became mansions. Chain-link fences became brick walls. Finally they turned onto a private road. Gates opened automatically. A long driveway stretched ahead lined with roses. Sky's breath caught. The house at the end wasn't a house. It was a palace. White columns. Huge windows. Fountains in front. You live here? Sky blurted out. Ethan smiled. My mother does. I have my own place downtown. The car stopped. A woman in uniform opened Sky's door. Welcome. Sky climbed out slowly. Her mom followed, looking around like she'd entered another world. They had. This was another world. Ethan led them inside. Marble floors. Crystal chandeliers. Paintings that looked like they belonged in museums. Sky felt small. Out of place. Her tight Easter dress suddenly felt cheap. She's in the sitting room, Ethan said. This way. They walked through hallways bigger than Sky's entire apartment. Past rooms full of furniture that probably cost more than her mom made in a year. Finally they reached a bright room. Windows everywhere. Sunlight pouring in. And there she was. The elderly woman from yesterday. But different now. Clean clothes. Hair brushed. Color back in her cheeks. She sat in a wheelchair with a blanket across her lap. When she saw Sky, her face lit up like sunrise. There she is. My angel. Sky didn't know what to do. Just stood there. The woman held out her hand. Come here, child. Let me look at you. Sky walked forward slowly. Took the woman's hand. It was warm now, not cold and trembling. Like yesterday. You saved my life. I just pushed you to the fire station. You gave up your competition. Your dream. For me. A stranger. How did she know about the competition? Sky glanced at Ethan. He nodded slightly. I told her everything, he said. The woman squeezed Sky's hand. Do you know what it means to find someone with a pure heart? In this world. It's rare. So rare. Sky's mom stepped forward. Ma'am, my daughter's a good girl. But she doesn't need rewards for doing what's right. The woman smiled. You raised her well. I can see that. But this isn't about rewards. This is about recognizing something special when you see it. She looked back at Sky. Her eyes were sharp now. Clear, intelligent. Tell me about yourself, Sky. What do you love? Math. I love math. Why? Nobody ever asked her why. They just said that's nice or called her a nerd. Because numbers make sense. They follow rules. They don't lie. The woman nodded slowly. And what do you want to do with your gift? I want to go to college. Study engineering maybe. Help build things that matter. And what's stopping you? The question hung in the air. Heavy. Real. Money. That's what stopped her. Money her family didn't have. Sky looked down. Nothing's stopping me. Don't lie to me, child. I'm old but I'm not stupid. Sky looked up. Met the woman's eyes. Money. College costs money we don't have. The woman smiled. There it is. The truth. She looked at Ethan. I told you. Special. Ethan nodded. The woman turned back to Sky. What if I told you that money doesn't have to stop you anymore? Sky's heart stopped. What do you mean? The woman gestured to a chair. Sit. Both of you, please. Sky and her mom sat on a cream-colored couch. It was so soft Sky felt like she might sink through it. Watching. My name is Eleanor Carlisle. You probably don't know who I am. But my family built half the hospitals in this state. The schools. The libraries. Sky's mom tensed. We're not looking for charity. Good. Because I'm not offering it. Eleanor's voice was firm. I'm offering an investment. In what? Sky's mom asked. In her. Eleanor pointed at Sky. Your daughter has something most people spend their whole lives searching for. Character. Courage. A good heart paired with a brilliant mind. That combination is priceless. Sky didn't understand. But I'm just a kid. You're not just anything. You proved that yesterday. Eleanor leaned forward. Do you know how many people walked past me? Dozens. Maybe more. They saw an old woman on the ground and kept walking. But you stopped. You sacrificed everything to help. Anyone would have, no. Eleanor cut her off. They wouldn't. And they didn't. You did. That tells me who you are. And I invest in people. Not just businesses. People. Sky's mom shook her head. Ma'am, with all respect, we can't accept money from strangers. Then get to know me. I'm not a stranger anymore. Eleanor smiled. Your daughter saved my life. The least I can do is open a door for her. What kind of door? Sky asked quietly. Ethan spoke up. Full scholarship. Any college you want. All expenses paid. Housing. Books. Everything. The room went silent. Sky couldn't breathe. Couldn't think. Full scholarship. Any college. Her mom's hand flew to her mouth. You can't be serious. I'm completely serious, Eleanor said. But there's more. More? Sky's head was spinning. What could be more than a full scholarship? I want to set up a trust fund. For your education. Your brother's education. Your mother's expenses. So she doesn't have to work herself to death at that hospital. Sky's mom started crying. Silent tears running down her cheeks. Why? Sky whispered. Why would you do this? Eleanor reached out. Took Sky's hand again. Because yesterday, when you made your choice, you showed me something I'd been searching for. Proof that good people still exist. That compassion isn't dead. That children can still teach adults what matters. But I don't deserve this. You absolutely do. And I'm not asking you to be grateful. I'm asking you to keep being exactly who you are. Keep choosing courage, keep helping people. Keep using that brilliant mind of yours. Ethan pulled out papers from a briefcase. We had our lawyers draw these up last night. It's all legal. All legitimate. Sky's mom wiped her eyes. This is too much. We can't, you can. And you will. Eleanor's voice was gentle but final. I don't have much time left on this earth. Let me do something that matters with what I have. You're sick? Sky asked. Eleanor nodded. Old age catches everyone eventually. But yesterday, lying on that sidewalk, I was ready to give up. And I thought, maybe there's still hope for this world. Sky's throat tightened. She looked at her mom. Her mom looked back, tears still flowing. I don't know what to say. Her mom whispered. Say yes, Eleanor said simply. Let me help your daughter become everything she's meant to be. Sky thought about the competition. The trophy she didn't win. The scholarship she lost. All of that pain. All of that sacrifice. And here, sitting in this massive house, was something bigger. Something better. Something she never dreamed possible. Why me? Sky asked one more time. You don't even know me. I know enough. I know you're the kind of person who runs toward trouble, not away from it. Who gives up her dreams to help strangers. Who pushes a wheelbarrow through rain for 2 hours because someone needs help. Eleanor smiled. That's all I need to know. Ethan handed the papers to Sky's mom. Look them over. Take your time. Have a lawyer review them if you want. Her mom took the papers with shaking hands. Eleanor looked at Sky. You gave me my life back. Yesterday. Let me give you yours. Sky's mom stared at the papers. Her hands wouldn't stop shaking. I need to think about this. Of course. Eleanor nodded. Take all the time you need. But Sky could see it in her mom's eyes. The war happening inside her head. Pride fighting with desperation. Independence fighting with opportunity. They'd struggled for so long. Every bill a battle. Every month wondering if they'd make rent. And now this. A way out. A real way out. Can I ask you something? Sky's mom looked at Eleanor. What do you want from us? Really? Nothing. Just for your daughter to succeed. To become the person she's meant to be. There's always a catch. Eleanor smiled sadly. I understand your suspicion. You've probably been burned before. People making promises they don't keep. But I'm not those people. Ethan spoke up. My mother has funded over 300 scholarships in her lifetime. She believes in investing in potential. That's all this is. 300 scholarships. Sky's mind couldn't wrap around that number. Why didn't you help yourself yesterday? Sky asked Eleanor. You're rich. You could have called someone. Eleanor's face changed. Softer. Vulnerable. I left my phone at home. Went for a walk to clear my head. Got confused. Wandered too far. By the time I realized I was lost, I felt weak. Then I fell. And suddenly I was invisible. Just another old woman people stepped over. She paused. Looked directly at Sky. I was ready to die there. On that sidewalk. Alone. Forgotten. Then you appeared. This little girl with fire in her eyes. And I thought, if she stops, if she helps, then maybe everything I've believed about humanity isn't wrong. Sky felt tears building. Fought them back. You stopped. Eleanor continued. You didn't hesitate. You gave up everything to save me. That's worth more than money can measure. But money is what I have. So money is what I'll give. Sky's mom folded the papers carefully. We'll look at these. Talk about it. As a family. That's all I ask. Ethan checked his watch. I should get you both home. Let you process everything. They stood up. Eleanor wheeled herself forward. Grabbed Sky's hand one more time. Whatever you decide, know this. You changed my life yesterday. You reminded me why I do what I do. Why I built what I built. It's all supposed to help people like you. Good people. Deserving people. Thank you, Sky whispered. Eleanor pulled her close. Hugged her tight. She smelled like lavender and something else. Something warm and safe. No, sweet girl. Thank you. The drive home was silent. Sky pressed her face against the window. Watched the mansions turn back into houses. The houses turn back into apartments. Her world coming back into focus. When they pulled up to their building, Ethan turned around. Whatever you decide, you have my number. Call any time. For anything. Sky and her mom got out. Stood on the sidewalk. Watched the black sedan drive away. Her mom let out a long breath. Did that just happen? I think so. Baby, do you understand what they're offering? A scholarship. Everything. They're offering you everything. Her mom's voice cracked. College. Security. A future I could never give you. You've given me plenty, Mama. Not like this. Her mom looked at the papers in her hands. Nothing like this. They went inside. Marcus was watching cartoons with Mrs. Rodriguez. How'd it go? Mrs. Rodriguez asked. Sky's mom couldn't speak. Just handed her the papers. Mrs. Rodriguez read them. Her eyes got wider with each page. Dios mío. This is real? I think so. You have to accept this. You have to. I don't know. It feels wrong. Taking so much from strangers. They're not strangers anymore. Mrs. Rodriguez handed the papers back. And your baby earned this. She saved that woman's life. Sky sat down next to Marcus. He didn't look away from the TV. You gonna be rich now? He asked casually. I don't know. Can we get a bigger TV? Sky laughed. First time she'd laughed since yesterday morning. Her mom sat down across from her. Papers spread on the coffee table between them. What do you want, baby? Really want? Sky thought about it. About the competition she missed. The trophy she'd never hold. The math camp she'd never attend. Then she thought about Eleanor. About second chances. About doors opening that she didn't know existed. I want to say yes, Sky said quietly. But only if you're okay with it. Her mom's eyes filled with tears again. I'm more than okay with it. I'm grateful. I'm terrified. I'm everything all at once. So what do we do? Her mom picked up the papers. Looked at them one more time. Then smiled through her tears. We call a lawyer. Make sure it's real. Then we say yes to the most incredible gift anyone's ever given us. 3 days passed. 3 days of Sky barely sleeping. Barely eating. Just thinking. Her mom found a lawyer through the hospital. A friend of a friend who looked at the papers for free. He called Tuesday night. It's legitimate, he said. Everything's legal. Clean. No strings attached. This is real. Her mom hung up. Looked at Sky. It's real. Sky felt like she couldn't breathe. Real. This was actually happening. So we call them? Sky asked. We call them. Her mom dialed Ethan's number with shaking fingers. Put it on speaker. He answered on the second ring. Hello? Mr. Carlyle, this is Sky's mother. We've reviewed the papers. Silence. Then, and we'd like to accept. If the offer still stands. It absolutely does. Sky could hear the smile in his voice. My mother will be thrilled. When do we sign? I can come to you tomorrow. Bring everything we need. Make it official. They set a time. Hung up. Sky's mom sat down hard on the couch. We just changed our lives. Is that good or bad? I don't know yet. Ask me in 10 years. That night, Sky lay in bed staring at the ceiling. Tomorrow everything became real. Official. Legal. She thought about the competition again. Still hurt. Probably always would. But this hurt less now. Because something bigger had come from it. Wednesday afternoon, Ethan arrived. Briefcase in hand. Professional but warm. They sat at the tiny kitchen table. Papers spread everywhere. Ethan explained each one. What it meant. What it covered. This is the scholarship fund. Full ride to any accredited university. Undergraduate and graduate programs if you want. Sky's mom nodded. Still looked stunned. This is the trust fund for Marcus. Same deal. When he's ready for college, it's there. Marcus was in the living room, completely unaware his future just got secured. And this is the monthly allowance. For living expenses. So you can cut back your hours at the hospital. Be home more. Her mom started crying. Again. She'd cried more in 3 days than Sky had seen in years. I don't deserve this, her mom whispered. You raised a daughter who saved my mother's life. You deserve everything. Ethan pushed the papers toward them. Sign here. And here. Initial here. They signed. Sky's hand shook so hard she could barely hold the pen. Ethan collected the papers. Smiled. Congratulations. Your lives just changed. After he left, Sky and her mom sat in silence. What now? Sky asked. Now we figure out how to live with this blessing without losing who we are. What do you mean? Money changes people, baby. I've seen it. Good people become different when they have too much. We won't let that happen. Her mom pulled her close. Promise me. Promise me you'll stay humble. Stay kind. Stay the girl who stopped for a stranger. I promise. That night, Sky couldn't sleep again. But this time it wasn't from worry. It was from possibility. She thought about colleges she could attend now. MIT. Stanford. Caltech. Places that only existed in her dreams before. She thought about her mom cutting back hours. Being home for dinner. Not working herself to death. She thought about Marcus having the same chances she did. Not struggling like they had. All because she stopped. Because she chose compassion over competition. The next morning, Sky went back to school. Everything looked the same. Her locker. Her classroom. Her friends. But she felt different. Like she was seeing the world through new eyes. Mrs. Chen pulled her aside before class. I heard what you did. Why you missed the competition. Sky braced herself. Expected disappointment. I'm proud of you, Mrs. Chen said. You chose character over achievement. That's rare. I still wanted to compete. I know. And you will. Next year. Regional competitions. State again. You'll have plenty of chances. Mrs. Chen smiled. But what you did, that only comes once. That was your moment to show who you really are. And you did. Sky felt something shift in her chest. The regret loosening. The pain easing. Maybe she hadn't lost anything. Maybe she'd gained something bigger. At lunch, her friends bombarded her with questions. They'd heard rumors. Wild stories about rich people and scholarships. Is it true? Her best friend Maya asked. You're going to college for free? Yeah. It's true. Because you helped some old lady? Because I did what was right. Maya hugged her tight. You're the luckiest person I know. Lucky. Was that what this was? Luck? Or was it something else? Something earned through sacrifice and courage? Sky didn't know. Maybe both. That afternoon, her phone buzzed. Text from an unknown number. This is Eleanor. Just wanted to check on you. How are you feeling? Sky smiled. Typed back. Still processing. But grateful. So grateful. Good. You deserve every bit of this. Don't ever forget that. Sky wouldn't forget. Couldn't forget. This was her life now. A new chapter. All because she stopped for a stranger. 2 weeks later, Eleanor called. Not texted. Called. Sky, dear. Can you come visit me? I'd like to talk. Of course. When? Tomorrow? I'll send Ethan to pick you up. Sky's stomach flipped. What did she want to talk about? Was something wrong? Did they change their minds? Her mom noticed her face. What's wrong? Eleanor wants to see me tomorrow. That's good, right? I don't know. Maybe. The next day, Ethan picked her up alone. No mom this time. Just Sky. The drive felt longer. Quieter. Ethan didn't talk much. Just smiled when she looked at him. They arrived at the mansion. Same marble floors. Same chandeliers. But this time Sky wasn't nervous. Just curious. Eleanor sat in the garden. No wheelchair today. Just a chair surrounded by roses. She looked stronger. Healthier. Sky. Come sit. Sky sat in the chair across from her. A small table between them with tea and cookies. How's school? Eleanor asked. Good. Better now that everyone stopped asking questions. Eleanor laughed. I imagine you caused quite a stir. A little. They sat quiet for a moment. Birds chirping. Sun warm on Sky's face. I asked you here for a reason, Eleanor said. I want to tell you something. Something I haven't told many people. Sky leaned forward. I wasn't always rich. I grew up poor. Poorer than you, probably. My father worked in factories. My mother cleaned houses. We barely had enough to eat. Sky couldn't picture it, this elegant woman in this massive house. Poor. When I was 12, I got sick. Really sick. We couldn't afford a doctor. I thought I was going to die. Eleanor paused. Then a stranger helped us. A wealthy woman who heard about my situation. She paid for everything. Surgery. Medicine. Recovery. She saved your life. She did. And when I asked her why, she said exactly what I told you. That she saw something in me worth investing in. Sky's throat tightened. What happened to her? She died 3 years later. Cancer. But before she died, she made me promise something. That I'd do the same for someone else. That I'd pass the gift forward. And you have. 300 scholarships. Eleanor shook her head. Those were easy. Money on paper. But you're different. You remind me of myself at your age. Smart. Brave. Willing to sacrifice for others. I just helped someone. You did more than that. You showed me that the cycle continues. That kindness isn't dead. That the woman who saved me 60 years ago. Her legacy lives on through you. Sky felt tears coming. Fought them back. I'm dying, Sky. The words hit like a punch. What? Cancer. Stage 4. I have maybe 6 months. Maybe less. No. You look better. You look, I know. Good days and bad days. Today is a good day. Eleanor reached across the table. Took Sky's hand. I'm not telling you this to make you sad. I'm telling you because I need you to understand something. What? This isn't charity. This is legacy. When I'm gone, I need to know that someone carries on what I've tried to do. Someone who understands that wealth isn't about money. It's about impact. But I'm just a kid. You're more than that. You proved it. Eleanor squeezed her hand. Promise me something. Anything. When you're successful. When you've made your mark on this world. Help someone else. Pass this gift forward. Keep the cycle going. Sky's tears spilled over. I promise. Good. Eleanor smiled. Wiped Sky's cheek. Now stop crying. I'm not dead yet. They both laughed through tears. Ethan appeared with more tea. Set it down gently. Touched his mother's shoulder. She's been waiting to tell you, he said to Sky. Needed the right moment. Eleanor nodded. I wanted you to know why this matters. Why you matter. You're not just receiving a scholarship. You're receiving a responsibility. I understand. Do you? Really? Sky thought about it. About the woman who saved Eleanor 60 years ago. About Eleanor saving her now. About who she might save someday. Yes. I understand. Then my work here is almost done. They sat together for another hour. Talking about everything. School. Dreams. Math. Life. Eleanor told stories about building her business. About mistakes she made, lessons she learned. Sky soaked up every word. This woman wasn't just giving her money. She was giving her wisdom. When it was time to leave, Eleanor hugged her tight. Come visit me often. While I'm still here. I will. I promise. On the drive home, Sky stared out the window. Everything looked different again. Heavier. More meaningful. She wasn't just a kid who helped someone anymore. She was part of something bigger. A chain of kindness stretching back 60 years, maybe longer. And someday, she'd add another link. Ethan dropped her off. She really likes you. Sees herself in you. I like her too. Good. Because she's right. You're special, Sky. Don't forget that. Sky went inside. Her mom was cooking dinner. Marcus was doing homework. Everything normal. Everything ordinary. Except nothing was ordinary anymore. Nothing would ever be ordinary again. A month passed. Sky visited Eleanor every Saturday. Sometimes they talked for hours. Sometimes Eleanor was too tired and they just sat together in silence. Each visit felt precious. Like borrowed time. On the fourth Saturday, Eleanor looked different. Thinner. Paler. But her eyes still sparkled when Sky walked in. There's my girl. Sky sat beside her bed. Eleanor had moved downstairs now. Too weak for stairs. How are you feeling? Honest answer. Terrible. But seeing you helps. They sat quiet for a moment. Sky held her hand. It felt so fragile now. Like paper. I have something for you, Eleanor said. She reached under her pillow, pulled out an envelope. What is it? Open it. Inside was a letter. Handwritten. Eleanor's shaky handwriting. Read it later. When you need it most. When you're doubting yourself or this path. Read it, and remember why you're doing this. Sky tucked it in her pocket. Thank you. No. Thank you. For giving an old woman hope in her final days. Don't talk like that. Why not? It's true. I'm dying, Sky. We both know it. Eleanor smiled softly. But I'm not afraid anymore. Because I know my legacy continues through you. Sky's chest ached. She'd grown to love this woman. This stranger who became family. I don't want you to go. I know. But that's not how life works. We get our time. Some longer than others. I've had a good run. 83 years. Built an empire. Changed lives. And in my last month, I met you. That's a pretty good ending. Tears streamed down Sky's face. It's not fair. Life rarely is. But we make the best of what we get. Eleanor squeezed her hand weakly. Promise me you'll keep visiting. Even when it gets hard. Even when I don't remember your name or why you're here. I promise. And promise me you'll stay true to who you are. Don't let the money change you. Don't let success make you forget where you came from. I won't. I promise. Eleanor closed her eyes. Tired. Good. That's all I needed to hear. Ethan walked in. Looked at Sky. She needs to rest now. Sky stood up. Kissed Eleanor's forehead. I'll see you next week. Eleanor nodded. Already drifting off. Outside the room, Ethan pulled Sky aside. It's getting worse. Fast. The doctors say maybe 2 weeks. Maybe less. Can't they do anything? She refused treatment. Said she's lived long enough. Ready to go on her terms. Sky leaned against the wall. Felt like the floor was dropping out. She loves you, Ethan said. In case you didn't know. Like a granddaughter. I love her too. I know. She knows. That's why this matters so much to her. That night at home, Sky opened the letter. Read it through tears. Dear Sky, if you're reading this, I'm probably gone. Or close to it. Don't be sad. I lived a full life, more than most people get. I want you to know something. That morning when you found me on the sidewalk, I had given up. On everything. On people. On hope. On the idea that goodness still existed in this world, then you stopped. This little girl with fire in her eyes and compassion in her heart. And suddenly I had hope again. You saved more than my life that day. You saved my faith in humanity. Now I'm asking you to carry that forward. Use your gifts. Your intelligence. Your kindness. Make the world better. There will be days when you doubt yourself. When you feel small or inadequate. When the weight of this opportunity feels too heavy. On those days, remember this, you were chosen not because you're perfect, but because you're real. Because when faced with a choice between your dreams and someone's life, you chose life. That's who you are. Don't ever forget it. I'm proud of you. I'll always be proud of you. With love, Eleanor. Sky folded the letter carefully. Put it back in the envelope. Held it against her chest. Her mom came in. Saw her crying. Baby, what's wrong? Eleanor's dying. Really dying. 2 weeks maybe. Her mom sat down. Pulled Sky close. I'm sorry. I know you care about her. She changed everything for us. She did. And we'll honor that by living the life she made possible. Sky nodded against her mom's shoulder. She asked me to keep visiting. Even when it gets bad. Then we will. Together. We'll be there for her like she was there for us. The next 2 weeks were the hardest of Sky's life. She visited every day after school. Sometimes Eleanor was awake. Sometimes she slept the whole time. But Sky stayed. Held her hand. Read to her. Talked about her day. About school. About dreams for the future. On the 13th day, Eleanor didn't wake up. Just lay there breathing slowly. Peacefully. Sky held her hand. Whispered, thank you. For everything. For seeing me. For believing in me. For changing my life. Eleanor's fingers twitched slightly. Like she heard. Like she understood. That night, Ethan called. His voice was steady but sad. She's gone. Passed about an hour ago. Peaceful. In her sleep. Sky couldn't speak. Just cried. She wanted you to know she wasn't afraid. That she was ready. And that she loved you. I loved her too. I know. So did she. The funeral was massive. Hundreds of people. Maybe thousands. Politicians. Business people. Families Eleanor had helped over the years. Sky and her mom sat in the third row. Close but not family. Not really. Except Ethan had insisted. You were family to her. You sit with us. So they did. Person after person spoke about Eleanor's legacy. Her charity work. Her business empire. The lives she'd touched. But none of them talked about the woman Sky knew. The one who sat in the garden drinking tea. Who told stories about growing up poor. Who held Sky's hand when words weren't enough. When it was over, people gathered outside. Shaking hands. Hugging. Sharing memories. A woman approached Sky. Maybe 40. Professional clothes. Kind face. You're Sky? Yes, ma'am. I'm Rebecca. Eleanor helped me 20 years ago. Paid for my medical school. I'm a surgeon now at Children's Hospital. Another woman joined them. I'm Maria. She funded my restaurant. Single mom with 3 kids. Now I own 4 locations. Then a young man. David. She gave me a second chance after prison. Now I run a non-profit helping ex-offenders. One by one they came. Each with a story. Each with gratitude. Sky realized something. She wasn't alone. Eleanor had changed hundreds of lives. Maybe thousands. And now Sky was part of that legacy. She talked about you, Rebecca said. In her last weeks. Said you reminded her why she did all this. I didn't do anything special. You stopped. That's more than most people do. After the funeral, Ethan asked Sky and her mom to come back to the house. There's something Mother wanted you to have. They followed him to Eleanor's study. A beautiful room with books lining every wall. Ethan opened a drawer. Pulled out a small box. She left specific instructions. This is for you. He handed it to Sky. Inside was a necklace. Simple gold chain with a small pendant. The letter E engraved on it. It was hers, Ethan said. From the woman who saved her life when she was 12, she wore it every day. And now she wants you to have it. Sky's hands shook. I can't take this. You have to. She insisted. Ethan smiled softly. She said you'd understand what it means. The weight of it. The responsibility. Sky put it on. The metal was warm against her skin. Like it held all of Eleanor's strength and love. There's something else, Ethan continued. He pulled out an envelope. Her will was read this morning. She left something for you beyond the scholarship. Sky's mom tensed. We don't want anything else. She's already given us everything. I know. But this isn't negotiable. It was her final wish. He opened the envelope. Read from the paper inside. To Sky. The girl who saved my life and restored my faith. I leave you my personal library. Every book. Every journal. Every lesson I learned. Study them. Learn from them. Use them to build your own legacy. Sky looked around the study. Thousands of books. Business. Philosophy. Science. History. This is too much. It's exactly what she wanted. Ethan folded the paper. She also set up something else. A foundation in her name. And she named you to the board. What? I'm 10 years old. 11 next month. And she didn't care about your age. She cared about your heart. When you turn 18, you'll have full voting rights. Until then, your mother will represent you. Sky's mom shook her head. This is insane. We can't, you can. And you will. Because refusing would dishonor everything she tried to do. Ethan's voice was gentle but firm. She built all of this to help people. And she chose you to carry it forward. Don't let her down. Sky touched the necklace. Felt its weight. The responsibility Eleanor talked about. Now it was real. Tangible. What does the foundation do? She asked. Scholarships. Like yours. For kids who show exceptional character and potential. You'll help choose who receives them. Me? Choose who gets scholarships? Eventually. Right now you'll learn. Watch. Understand how it works. But yes. Eventually you'll help decide who gets the chances you got. Sky felt dizzy. This was too big. Too overwhelming. I don't know how. Neither did she at first. But she learned. And so will you. Ethan smiled. She believed in you. Now you need to believe in yourself. They drove home in silence. Sky clutched the necklace. Her mom stared out the window. This is really happening, her mom finally said. You're on the board of a foundation. I don't even know what that means. It means Eleanor saw something in you that most people never see in themselves. Potential. Not just a matter to succeed but to lift others up. Sky thought about all the people at the funeral. All the lives Eleanor touched. Now that was her job. Her responsibility. I'm scared, Sky whispered. Good. That means you understand how big this is. Her mom took her hand. But you're not alone. I'm here. Ethan's here. And Eleanor? She left you everything you need to succeed. That night Sky lay in bed touching the necklace. She thought about Eleanor. About the woman who saved Eleanor 60 years ago. About the chain of kindness connecting them all. Now she was a link in that chain. And someday she'd add another link. Help another person who needed it. The weight felt heavy. But right. She fell asleep still touching the necklace. Still feeling Eleanor's presence. Still carrying her legacy forward. 6 months passed. Life became a blur of school, foundation meetings, and learning to carry Eleanor's legacy. Sky turned 11. No big party. Just her mom, Marcus, and Ethan. They ate cake, in their tiny apartment. It felt right. Simple. Real. Make a wish, her mom said. Sky closed her eyes. Wished Eleanor could see her now. See what she was becoming. She blew out the candles. What you wish for? Marcus asked. Can't tell, or it won't come true. Ethan handed her a gift. Small box wrapped in silver paper. Inside was a leather journal. Eleanor's handwriting on the first page. For Sky. Write your journey. Someday someone will need to read it. Sky's throat tightened. Eleanor had written this before she died. Planned it. Knew Sky would need it. She bought that a week before she passed. Ethan said quietly. Wanted you to document everything. Your struggles. Your victories. Your lessons. Why? Because 60 years from now, you'll be the one helping someone else. And they'll need to know your story. Just like you needed to know hers. That night Sky wrote her first entry. Today I turned 11. Eleanor's been gone 6 months. I still miss her every day. I wear her necklace. Sleep with her letter under my pillow. Try to be the person she believed I was. It's hard. People at school treat me different now. They know about the money, the foundation. Some are jealous. Some are fake nice. Some avoid me completely. I just want to be normal. But I'm not anymore. And maybe that's okay. The next week, the foundation held its first scholarship meeting since Eleanor died. Sky attended with her mom. Sat at the huge conference table with adults in expensive suits. She felt tiny. Out of place. We have 53 applications this year, a man said. All exceptional students. All deserving. How many can we fund? Another woman asked. Budget allows for 15. 15 out of 53. That meant 38 kids wouldn't get help. The thought made Sky sick. They went through applications one by one. Perfect grades. Amazing test scores. Impressive achievements. But something felt wrong. Sky couldn't put her finger on it. Then they got to application number 27. A boy named James. Average grades. No special awards. Single-parent household. Next, someone said dismissively. Wait, Sky spoke up. Everyone turned to look at her. What's his essay about? The man flipped pages. He works 40 hours a week at a grocery store. Help support his younger siblings. His grades suffered because of it. So he's responsible. Selfless. Hardworking. But his grades don't meet our standards. Sky thought about Eleanor. About the woman who saved her not because of grades but because of character. Eleanor wouldn't care about his grades. She'd care about his heart. Silence around the table. Ethan smiled slightly. She's right. My mother always said character matters more than credentials. But we have standards. The woman protested. Her voice was stronger now. Find kids who sacrificed for others. Who chose compassion over achievement. Like Eleanor taught me. The board members looked at each other. Uncomfortable. Uncertain. That's not how we've always done it, someone said. Maybe that's the problem. Sky stood up, small but fierce. Eleanor didn't help me because I was perfect. She helped me because I stopped when others walked past. Because I sacrificed my competition to save her life. That's what mattered to her. That's what should matter to us. Ethan nodded. I agree. We should add a character component to our selection process. Not just grades and test scores. Slowly, heads around the table nodded. They reviewed the applications again. This time looking deeper. Beyond numbers. Into stories. They found kids who worked to support families. Kids who volunteered at homeless shelters. Kids who stood up to bullies. Kids who chose hard right over easy wrong. By the end, they'd selected 15 students. James was number 7. After the meeting, Ethan pulled Sky aside. You did good today. Really good. You channeled my mother. Perfectly. I just said what felt right. That's exactly what she would have done. He smiled. You're becoming who she knew you'd be. That night Sky wrote in her journal again. Today I spoke up at the foundation meeting. Changed how they pick scholarship winners. It felt scary but right. Like Eleanor was speaking through me. I'm starting to understand what she meant about legacy. It's not about the money. It's about the values. The priorities. The belief that character matters more than credentials. I'm 11 years old and I'm on a foundation board. It's weird. It's overwhelming. But maybe I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. At school the next day, Mrs. Chen pulled her aside. I heard what you did at that foundation meeting. Ethan called me. Sky blushed. He did. He did. And I'm proud of you. You're not just smart, Sky. You're wise. There's a difference. I don't feel wise. The wisest people never do. Mrs. Chen smiled. Keep being you. Keep speaking up. The world needs more people like you. That week, James got his acceptance letter. Full scholarship. His mom called the foundation crying. Thanking them. Saying it was a miracle. Sky realized something then. This was why Eleanor did it. Not for recognition or gratitude. But for this feeling. The knowledge that someone's life just changed. That opportunity just opened where there was none before. She touched her necklace. Felt its weight. I get it now, she whispered to Eleanor wherever she was. I finally get it. A year passed. Sky was 12 now. Taller. More confident. But still the same girl who stopped for a stranger. Her mom cut back to part-time at the hospital. Home for dinner most nights now. It felt like a luxury they'd never dreamed of. Marcus was thriving. Better grades. Happier. Talked about college like it was actually possible. Everything had changed. But Sky worked hard to stay grounded. Still lived in the same apartment. Still went to the same school. Still ate cereal for breakfast. The foundation grew. 20 scholarships this year. Then 30. Word was spreading. More donations coming in. Eleanor's legacy expanding. But with growth came challenges. A reporter called one day, wanted to do a story about Sky. The girl who saved a billionaire's mother and became a foundation board member at 11. Human interest piece, he said. Inspiring story. Sky's mom said no immediately. My daughter's not a spectacle. But Ethan thought differently. It could help. More publicity means more donations. More donations mean more scholarships. They argued for an hour. Sky sat quiet, listening. Finally, she spoke. What would Eleanor do? Everyone stopped. Looked at her. She never sought attention, Ethan admitted. Did her work quietly. Let the results speak. Then that's what I'll do, Sky said. No interview. The reporter pushed back. Called 3 more times. finally gave up. But the story leaked anyway. Someone at the foundation talked. Within a week, articles appeared online. 10-year-old hero now runs charity foundation. From wheelbarrow to boardroom. Compact, one girl's incredible journey. The poorest board member of America's richest foundation. The headlines made Sky's stomach turn. They got facts wrong. Made her sound like a saint. Turned Eleanor into a fairy godmother. It wasn't real. Wasn't true. Wasn't the story at all. At school, everything changed again. Kids she'd never spoken to suddenly wanted to be friends. Asked about money. About meeting famous people. About the foundation. Nobody asked about math anymore. Nobody cared about the real her. One day she came home crying. Her mom found her on her bed, face buried in her pillow. "Baby, what happened? Everyone treats me like I'm different. Like I'm special. But I'm not. I just helped someone." Her mom sat down. Stroked her hair. "You are different now. Not better, just different. Your life changed. That's not your fault. I wanted to go back. I want to be normal again. You can't go back. Only forward. The question is, what kind of forward?" Sky sat up. Wiped her face. "What do you mean? You can hide from this. Be embarrassed by it. Wish it never happened. Or you can own it. Use it. Turn the attention into something good." "How?" "I don't know yet. But you will. You're smart like that." That night Sky pulled out Eleanor's letter. "Read it for the 100th time. There will be days when you doubt yourself. When you feel small or inadequate. When the weight of this opportunity feels too heavy. This was one of those days." She touched the necklace. Closed her eyes. Tried to feel Eleanor's presence. "What do I do?" she whispered into the darkness. No answer came. But somehow she knew. Deep in her gut. She couldn't hide. Couldn't run. Had to face this head on. The next day at school, she asked Mrs. Chen for help. "I want to start a club. Teaching other kids about giving back. About character over credentials. About helping people." Mrs. Chen's eyes lit up. "I love it. What would you call it?" "Eleanor's Circle. After the woman who changed my life." "Perfect. When do we start?" "Today." They put up flyers. Expected maybe 5 kids to show up. 23 came to the first meeting. Sky stood in front of them. Nervous but determined. "I'm not here because I'm special. I'm here because someone believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. And I want to do the same for others." She told them about Eleanor. About the wheelbarrow. About sacrifice and courage and choosing compassion. This club isn't about charity. It's about character. About becoming people who stop when others walk past. Who help when it's inconvenient. Who choose right over easy. The kids listened. Really listened. By the end, 15 signed up officially. They'd meet every week. Find ways to serve their community. Learn what it meant to give back. Maya, Sky's best friend, stayed. After. "You're really doing this. Turning everything that happened into something good. Trying to. Eleanor would be proud." Those words hit Sky hard. Would she be proud? Was this what she wanted? Sky thought about it. About Eleanor's legacy. About the chain of kindness. Yes. This was exactly what she wanted. That night she wrote in her journal. "Started Eleanor's Circle today. 15 kids committed to helping others. It's small. But so was I when I pushed that wheelbarrow. Small doesn't mean insignificant. The articles still bother me. The attention still feels wrong. But maybe Mom's right. Maybe I can't go back. Only forward. So I'll go forward carrying Eleanor's name. Her values. Her belief that one person can make a difference. Starting with me. And 15 other kids who want to change the world." She closed the journal. Touched the necklace one more time. If this story is hitting you in the feels right now, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button so you never miss stories like this. And here's my question for you. Have you ever sacrificed something important to help someone else? Share your story in the comments. I want to hear it. Thank you, she whispered. For seeing me. For believing in me. For showing me what's possible. Somewhere, she hoped Eleanor heard. And smiled. 2 years later. Sky was 13. Eleanor's circle had grown to 47 members across 3 schools. They'd collected winter coats for homeless shelters. Tutored younger kids. Cleaned up parks. Visited nursing homes. Small acts that rippled outward. But Sky was tired. The foundation meetings. The club. School. Everything pulling her in different directions. She sat in Eleanor's study one Saturday. Now hers, technically. But it still felt like Eleanor's. Ethan found her there. Head down on the desk. Books scattered everywhere. You okay? I don't know anymore. He sat down across from her. Talk to me. I'm 13. I should be worried. About homework and friends. Instead, I'm reviewing scholarship applications and running a club and trying to honor a dead woman's legacy. Her voice cracked. It's too much. Ethan was quiet for a moment. My mother struggled too. Especially at first. The weight of helping people. Of making decisions that changed lives. It crushed her some days. How'd she handle it? She learned to say no. To delegate. To accept that she couldn't save everyone. He leaned forward. You're trying to do everything she did. But she spent 60 years building this. You've had to. Cut yourself some slack. But what if I fail? What if I let her down? You couldn't let her down if you tried. You know why? He smiled. Because you care. That's all she ever wanted. Someone who genuinely cared. Sky wiped her eyes. I'm so tired. Then rest. The foundation doesn't need you every week. The club can run without you sometimes. You're 13. Be 13. But, no buts. My mother gave you opportunities. Not obligations. There's a difference. He stood up. Take a break. A real one. Do something fun. Be a kid. That week, Sky skipped the foundation meeting. First time ever. Felt guilty, the whole day. But she went to the movies with Maya instead. Ate too much popcorn. Laughed until her stomach hurt. Forgot about scholarships and legacies and responsibilities. Just existed. Just breathed. Walking home. Maya asked, you feel better? Yeah. Actually I do. Good. Because watching you burn out was scary. Maya linked arms with her. Eleanor gave you a gift. Don't turn it into a prison. Those words stuck. Don't turn it into a prison. Sky realized she'd been doing exactly that, making Eleanor's legacy a burden instead of a blessing. At home, she opened Eleanor's letter again. Read a line she'd always skipped over. Live your life. Not mine. Use what I gave you to become who you're meant to be, not who you think I wanted you to be. Tears came. Relief and sadness. Mixed together. Eleanor never wanted her to carry everything. Just to carry forward the values. The heart. The belief in helping others. But on her own terms. At her own pace. Sky pulled out her journal. Today I learned I don't have to be Eleanor. I just have to be me. The best version of me. The version she saw that day on the sidewalk. I'm stepping back from some things. Not abandoning them. Just creating space to breathe. To be 13. To figure out who I am beyond the girl who pushed a wheelbarrow. Eleanor's legacy will continue. Through me. But also beyond me. Because that's how legacies work. They grow. They evolve. They become bigger than any one person. I'm part of it, but I'm not all of it. And that's okay. The next foundation meeting, she showed up. But differently. Not trying to control everything. Just participating. Contributing her voice without carrying the whole weight. It felt lighter. Better. Right. After, Ethan pulled her aside. You seem different. Good different. I am. I realized something. Eleanor didn't save me so I could become her. She saved me so I could become me. She'd agree with that. He smiled. You're finding your balance. That's the hardest part. At Eleanor's circle that week, Sky announced changes. I'm stepping back as president. Promoting Maya. I'll still be involved. But I need space to figure out who I am. Not just who I'm supposed to be. The room was silent. Then Maya stood up. Thank you. For starting this. For showing us what's possible. And for being human enough to admit you can't do everything. The club applauded. Not because she was leaving. Because she was being honest. That night, Sky felt peace for the first time in months. She was still Eleanor's legacy. Still carrying the necklace. Still honoring the promise she'd made. But she was also just Sky. A 13-year-old girl figuring out her life. Making mistakes. Learning. Growing. And that was enough. More than enough. She looked at Eleanor's picture on the desk. The one from when she was young. Maybe 20. Full of dreams and determination. I'm trying. Sky whispered. I'm really trying. Not to be you, just to honor you. Is that okay? The picture didn't answer. But Sky felt warmth in her chest anyway. Like Eleanor was saying yes. Like, she understood. Like she'd been waiting for Sky to figure this out all along. That night Sky slept better than she had in months. No guilt. No pressure, no weight crushing her chest. Just peace. And the knowledge that she was exactly where she needed to be. Doing exactly what she needed to do. On her own terms. At her own pace. With Eleanor's love guiding her. Not controlling her. The next morning, she woke up smiling, ready to face whatever came next. Not as Eleanor's replacement. But as Sky. Eleanor's legacy. Eleanor's hope. Eleanor's investment in the future. But most importantly, herself. And that made all the difference. 5 years later. Sky was 18. High school graduation day. She stood in her cap and gown. Valedictorian. Full scholarship to MIT waiting. Everything Eleanor had dreamed for her. But today felt bittersweet. Eleanor should have been here. In the crowd. Watching. Sky touched the necklace under her gown. Still wore it every single day. Her name was called. She walked to the podium to give her speech. Hundreds of faces staring up at her. She took a breath. Started talking. 7 years ago, I had a choice. My math competition or helping a stranger. I chose the stranger. And that choice changed everything. She told the story. Not for glory. But to make a point. We all face moments like that. Where we choose between what's easy and what's right. Between our own success and someone else's survival. Those moments define us. The crowd was silent. Listening. Eleanor Carlisle saw something in me that day. Not talent. Not intelligence. Character. And she invested in that. Not just with money. With belief. With love. With trust that I'd pay it forward. Sky paused. Emotions threatening to break through. She's gone now. Has been for 7 years. But her legacy lives on. Through me. Through the foundation. Through every scholarship given. Every life changed. Every person who chooses compassion over convenience. She looked directly at the crowd. Found her mom. Marcus beside her. Ethan in the back. I'm going to MIT this fall. Studying engineering. Going to build things that matter. But more than that, I'm going to keep Eleanor's promise. To help others. To lift people up. To see potential where others see problems. Her voice grew stronger. That's what she taught me. That wealth isn't money. It's impact. Success isn't what you achieve. It's who you help along the way. She gripped the podium. So to my classmates, I challenge you. Find your wheelbarrow moment. That choice between you and someone else. And choose them. Choose compassion. Choose courage. Because that's how you change the world. One wheelbarrow at a time. The crowd erupted. Standing ovation. People crying. Her mom sobbing in the front row. Sky walked off stage. Hands shaking. Heart pounding. Ethan met her at the bottom of the stairs. Pulled her into a hug. She would have been so proud. So incredibly proud. I hope so. I know so. You became exactly who she knew you'd be. Not her. Better. You. After the ceremony, Sky drove to the cemetery. First time in months. Life had been too busy. She knelt at Eleanor's grave. New flowers already there. Ethan probably. I graduated today. Gave a speech about you. About that day. About everything you taught me. The wind picked up. Rustled the trees overhead. I'm going to MIT. Going to change the world. Just like you did. Her voice caught. I miss you. Still. Every day. But I feel you with me. In the necklace. In the foundation. In every choice I make. She pulled out her journal. The one Eleanor gave her on her 11th birthday. Nearly full now. I wrote our whole story. Just like you asked. So someday, when I help someone else, they'll know where it started. With you. With us. With a wheelbarrow on a rainy morning. She stood up. Touched the headstone. Thank you. For seeing me. For saving me. For believing I was worth the investment. I'll spend the rest of my life proving you right. She turned to leave. Then stopped. One more thing. I won't let you down. I promise. Your legacy is safe with me. That night, the foundation held a celebration dinner. 50 current scholarship recipients. All because of Eleanor. All because of that one morning 7 years ago. Sky stood up to speak. Looked around the room at all these faces. These futures. You're here because someone believed in you. Not just your grades or your test scores. Your character. Your heart. Your potential to make the world better. They listened. Young faces full of hope. Eleanor Carlisle started this foundation 60 years ago. One scholarship at a time. Now we fund 100 a year. 100 lives changed. 100 futures opened. She touched her necklace. But it doesn't stop with us. Each of you will go on to help others. And they'll help others. And on and on. That's how change happens. Not with one grand gesture. With 1,000 small ones, generation after generation. A girl in the front row raised her hand. What if we fail? What if we can't live up to this? Sky smiled. You will fail. I've failed. Eleanor failed. You keep pushing that wheelbarrow even when your arms are tired and your shoes are soaked and you want to quit. The girl nodded. Understanding. You're not here to be perfect. You're here to be human. To try. To care. To choose compassion when the world tells you to choose yourself. Sky looked around the room. That's all Eleanor ever asked. That's all I'm asking now. After dinner, a young boy approached. Maybe 9. One of the recipient's younger brothers. Are you the wheelbarrow girl? Sky laughed. I guess I am. My sister says you're a hero. I'm not a hero. I'm just someone who stopped. That's what heroes do, he said simply. They stop when everyone else keeps walking. His words hit hard. Out of the mouths of children. He ran off. Back to his sister. Sky stood there, watching all these people. All these lives. All this possibility. 7 years ago she pushed a wheelbarrow through the rain. Gave up her competition. Sacrificed her dream. And gained so much more. Not just college. Not just money. Purpose. Meaning. Legacy. She'd become part of something bigger than herself. A chain of kindness stretching back decades, forward into the future. And she'd keep that chain going. For Eleanor. For herself. For everyone who came after. One wheelbarrow at a time. MIT was harder than Sky imagined. Not the classes. Those made sense. Numbers always did. But fitting in. Being normal. That was impossible. Everyone knew her story. The articles had resurfaced when she enrolled. Wheelbarrow girl attends MIT on full scholarship. People stared. Whispered. Pointed. Some were kind. Others jealous. Most just curious. Her roommate was a girl named Priya, smart. Quiet. Didn't care about Sky's past. You're here because you're brilliant, Priya said on move-in day. The rest is just noise. Sky liked her immediately. But 3 weeks in, things got complicated. A professor called her to his office. Dr. Morrison. Taught advanced engineering. Miss Anderson. Sit please. Sky sat. Heart racing. Had she done something wrong? I've been following your foundation's work. Impressive. Very impressive. Thank you, sir. I have a proposition. I'm working on a project. Low-cost water filtration systems for developing countries. Could save millions of lives. But I need funding. Sky understood immediately. You want the foundation to fund it. Dollars. 5-year project. Your name attached would bring credibility. $500,000. The foundation had it. Barely. But it would mean fewer scholarships this year. I need to think about it. Of course. But I need an answer by Friday. Other investors are interested. Sky left his office feeling sick. This was exactly what she feared. People using her. Using Eleanor's money. But was that fair? Maybe the project was legitimate, maybe it could actually help people. She called Ethan that night. What do I do? What does your gut say? That something feels wrong. But I can't explain why. Then trust that. Eleanor always said if something feels off, it usually is. But what if I'm wrong? What if I pass up something that could save lives? Then you pass it up. You can't fund everything. Can't save everyone. That's the hardest lesson. Sky didn't sleep that night. Kept thinking about water filtration. About people dying from bad water. About having the power to help, and choosing not to. The next day she did research. Found Dr. Morrison's previous projects. 3 failed startups. 2 lawsuits from investors claiming fraud. Her gut was right. Friday came. She went to his office. I'm sorry. The foundation can't fund your project. His face changed. Friendly to cold in seconds. That's disappointing. I thought you'd understand the importance of this work. I do. But our mission is education scholarships. Not research projects. Your mission could be whatever you want. You run the foundation. No, sir. Eleanor's values run the foundation. I just protect them. She walked out. Felt good. Felt strong. But that night she got an email. From the school newspaper. MIT student refuses to fund life-saving research. Is she really a hero? The article twisted everything. Made her sound selfish, cruel. Said she cared more about her image than saving lives. Comments poured in. People she'd never met calling her names. questioning her character, attacking Eleanor's legacy. Sky sat in her dorm room crying. Priya rubbed her back. This is garbage. You made the right call. Then why does it feel so wrong? Because people are cruel. Especially when they don't understand. Ethan called an hour later. I saw the article. Ignore it. Everyone's reading it. Everyone thinks I'm terrible. Everyone who matters knows the truth. The rest? They don't know you. Don't know what you stand for. Their opinions don't count. But what if they're right? What if I should have funded it? You did your research. Found red flags. Made a careful decision. That's not wrong. That's responsible. The next week was brutal. People confronted her. In class. In the dining hall. Asked how she could refuse to save lives. One girl cornered her in the bathroom. My cousin died from bad water. You could have helped. Sky wanted to disappear. To quit. To give up. Instead, she wrote an op-ed. Submitted it to the same newspaper. I didn't refuse. To save lives. I refused to waste money on a questionable project with a problematic leader. There's a difference. The foundation exists to provide education scholarships. That's what Eleanor wanted. That's what I'll protect. We can't fund everything. Can't save everyone. We make careful choices based on research and values. That's not cruel. That's responsible stewardship. If that makes me unpopular, so be it. I'd rather honor Eleanor's vision than chase approval. The response was split. Half supported her. Half still attacked. But Sky felt peace. She'd stood her ground. Protected Eleanor's legacy. Made the hard choice. Dr. Morrison's project never launched. Investors pulled out after digging deeper. Found the same red flag Sky had. He left MIT quietly. Mid-semester. No explanation given. Sky's roommate showed her the news. You were right. He was a fraud. I know. How'd you know? Eleanor taught me. Trust your gut. Do your research. Protect the mission above all else. That night Sky wrote in her journal. Today I learned that doing the right thing doesn't always feel good. Sometimes it feels terrible. People judge. Attack. Misunderstand. But integrity isn't about popularity. It's about staying true to your values even when it costs you. Eleanor faced this too. Probably hundreds of times. People asking for money. Demanding help. Calling her selfish when she said no. But she stayed strong. Protected her mission. Helped who she could. Let go of the rest. Now I understand why. Because you can't save everyone. And trying to will destroy you. I'm learning. Slowly. Painfully. But learning. And Eleanor? I hope she's proud. I hope she knows I'm fighting for her vision. Protecting what she built. Even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard. She closed the journal. Touched the necklace. Thank you for preparing me for this. For showing me that strength isn't saying yes. It's knowing when to say no. Somewhere, she knew Eleanor was smiling. Senior year, at MIT. Sky was 21 now. Top of her class. Job offers from every major tech company. 6 figures right out of college. Her mom cried when she told her. Baby, you did it. You really did it. But Sky felt empty. Something was missing. She sat in Eleanor's study. Home for winter break. The leather journal in front of her. Almost completely filled now. She flipped through the pages. 11 years of entries. From that first birthday to yesterday. Her entire journey documented. Then she noticed something. A loose page at the very back. Hidden in the binding. She pulled it out carefully. Eleanor's handwriting. Different from the first page. Shake here. Written in her final days. Dear Sky, if you're reading this, you've made it. College. Success. Everything I hoped for you. But now comes the hardest part. The choice. You'll have opportunities. Money. Comfort. The life I gave you access to. And you'll be tempted to take it. To finally relax, to enjoy what you've earned. Don't. Not yet. Not until you've done what I did. Found your stranger. Your wheelbarrow moment. The person you're meant to save. Because this isn't about you anymore. It's about the chain. The legacy. The next link. Find them. Help them. Give them what I gave you. This is it. The moment everything comes full circle. If you've made it this far, you're part of Sky's journey now. Subscribe if you believe in stories that matter. And comment, who in your life deserves a wheelbarrow moment. Tag them. Inspire them. Let's keep this legacy going. Then you can rest. Then you can enjoy. Then you've truly honored what we built together. I love you. I believe in you. Now go change someone's life the way you changed mine. Eleanor. Sky's hands shook. Tears blurred the words. Find her stranger. Her wheelbarrow moment. She'd been so focused on success. On making Eleanor proud. On proving the investment was worth it. But she'd forgotten the most important part, passing it forward. She pulled out her phone. Called Ethan. I found another letter. From Eleanor. What does it say? She read it to him. Her voice breaking. Silence on the other end. Then. She's right. It's time. Time for what? To find your person. Your legacy, your chance to be what she was for you. How do I find them? Quote of your. You don't. They find you. Just like you found her. When you're ready, they'll appear. Sky hung up. Sat with the letter, read it 5 more times. The next day she turned down all the job offers. Every single one. Her professors were shocked. You're making a mistake. These opportunities don't come twice. I know. But I need to do something else first. She moved back to California, back to her old neighborhood. Got a small apartment. Took a part-time job at the community center. Her mom was confused. Baby, what are you doing? You could be making millions. I need to find my person, Mama. The one I'm supposed to help. Like Eleanor helped me. And if you never find them? Then I keep looking. Weeks passed. Then months. Sky worked with kids. Taught math. Helped with homework. Waited. Nothing. Maybe she was crazy. Maybe she'd thrown away her future for nothing. Then one Tuesday afternoon, she saw her. A girl. Maybe 10. Sitting outside the center. Crying. Backpack torn. Clothes dirty. Sky walked over. Sat down beside her. You okay? The girl looked up. Eyes red. I missed my scholarship interview. Had to take care of my grandma. She fell. Nobody else could help. Sky's heart stopped. The words echoed. Had to help. Nobody else could. What's your name? Jasmine. Tell me about this scholarship, Jasmine. The girl explained. Full ride to private middle school. Academic program for gifted kids. Her one shot out of poverty. But I missed it. They won't reschedule. Now I'm stuck at my regular school. Where nobody cares if I learn anything. Sky felt it. The pull. The recognition. This was it. Her wheelbarrow moment. What if I told you that missing that interview might be the best thing that ever happened to you? Jasmine looked at her like she was crazy. How? Because sometimes when we sacrifice for others, the universe sends something better. Something we never saw coming. That's stupid. Nothing better is coming. I'm poor. I'm stuck. That's it. Sky smiled. Remembered saying almost the same thing once. To Mrs. Chen. To her mom. To anyone who tried to give her hope. Can I tell you a story? Sky asked. I guess. When I was 10, I had a big competition, math. Biggest day of my life. But on the way there, I found an old woman who needed help. And I had to choose. My dream or her life. Jasmine leaned in slightly. Interested despite herself. I chose her. Pushed her in a wheelbarrow for 2 hours. Missed my competition. Thought my life was over. What happened? That woman changed everything. Gave me opportunities I never dreamed of. Sent me to MIT. Changed my whole family's life. All because I stopped when everyone else kept walking. Jasmine's eyes widened. For real? For real. And you know what? You just did the same thing. You chose your grandma over your scholarship. That takes courage most adults don't have. But I lost my chance. Did you? Sky pulled out a business card. The foundation. Her name listed as director now. What if I told you there's a better scholarship? One that values character over test scores? One that's looking for kids exactly like you. Jasmine took the card. Stared at it. What is this? Your wheelbarrow moment. Your chance. Your future. Sky smiled. If you want it. Tears filled Jasmine's eyes. Why? You don't even know me. I don't have to. I know enough. You sacrificed for someone you love. That's all I need to know. Jasmine started crying. Really crying. Sky pulled her close. Let her sob. This was it. The moment Eleanor prepared her for. The reason for everything. She'd found her person. Her legacy. Her chance to complete the chain. And it felt exactly right. 1 year later. Sky stood in front of a crowd. The foundation's annual gala. 200 people. All donors. All supporters. All believers in Eleanor's vision. Jasmine sat in the front row. Clean clothes. Confident smile. Thriving at her new school. Straight A's. Already talking about college. Sky touched the necklace. Did it every time she spoke publicly. Her connection to Eleanor. Her reminder of why she did this. 12 years ago, I made a choice. My competition or a stranger's life. I chose the stranger. And Eleanor Carlisle chose me. The room was silent. They'd heard this story. But they never got tired of it. She taught me that wealth isn't money. It's impact. Success isn't what you achieve. It's who you help along the way. Sky gestured to Jasmine. This is Jasmine. She made the same choice I did. Her scholarship interview or her grandma's safety. She chose her grandma. And I chose her. Jasmine stood up. Waved shyly. The crowd applauded. But she's not the only one. This year we funded 150 scholarships. Next year we're aiming for 200. And it's all because of you. Your donations. Your belief. Your commitment to passing forward what Eleanor started 63 years ago. She paused. Let that sink in. 63 years. That's how long this chain has been going. From the woman who saved Eleanor to Eleanor who saved me to me saving Jasmine to Jasmine who will save someone else someday. She looked directly at the audience. That's the power of compassion. It doesn't end. It multiplies. 1 act becomes 2. 2 becomes 10. 10 becomes 100. And suddenly you've changed the world. Ethan sat at the head table. Gray hair now. Early 50s. But the same kind eyes, the same pride in his smile. Beside him sat Marcus, 20 now. Sophomore at Berkeley. Engineering major, following in Sky's footsteps. And her mom, retired from the hospital last year. Finally. After 30 years of night shifts and double overtime, her family. Her foundation. Her legacy. Eleanor used to say that one person can't change the world, but one person can change one life. And that one life can change another. And another. Until the whole world shifts. Sky felt tears building. Fought them back. She was right. I'm proof. Jasmine's proof. The 150 kids we helped this year are proof. And the thousands we'll help in the years to come are proof. She held up her journal. The one Eleanor gave her on her 11th birthday. Completely filled now. I've documented everything. Every struggle. Every victory. Every lesson learned. Because someday, Jasmine will need it. Or someone after her. Or someone after them. She looked at Jasmine. Their eyes met. This journal is yours now. Read it. Learn from it. Add your own story. Then pass it to the next person. Keep the chain going. Jasmine came forward. Took the journal. With shaking hands. I won't let you down. You couldn't if you tried. Just be yourself. Help who you can. Do what's right. That's all Eleanor ever asked. That's all I'm asking now. They hugged. The crowd stood. Applauded. Some crying. Some smiling. All moved. This was why Eleanor did it. Why she built this foundation. Why she invested in one girl who stopped to help a stranger. Because that one girl became 2. 2 became 10. 10 became hundreds. And the chain continued. Unbroken. Unstoppable. After the gala, Sky visited Eleanor's grave. Like she did every year on this date. I did it. I found my person. Passed it forward like you asked. The wind picked up. Rustled the flowers. Felt like an answer. Jasmine special. Just like you said I was. She's going to do amazing things. Change lives. Maybe even more than I have. She touched the headstone. Cold granite under her fingers. Thank you. For seeing me. For saving me. For showing me what's possible. I spent 12 years trying to honor your legacy. But I finally understand. Your legacy isn't the foundation. It's not the money. It's the people. The chain. The belief that one act of kindness can echo through generations. She stood up. Looked at the sunset. Orange and pink streaking across the sky. I'm going to take that job now. At Google. Make real money. Build things that matter. But I'll never stop this work. Never stop looking for the next Jasmine. The next link in the chain. She started walking to her car. Stopped. Turned back one more time. I love you. I'll always love you, and I'll make sure your name lives forever. Through scholarships. Through changed lives. Through a chain of kindness that never ends. She drove home. Priya was visiting. They'd stayed close after college. Best friends for life. How'd it go? Priya asked. Perfect. Exactly how Eleanor would have wanted. She'd be proud of you. I hope so. I really hope so. That night, Sky pulled out a new journal. Empty pages. Fresh start. She wrote on the first page. This journal belongs to Jasmine Rodriguez. Scholarship recipient. Legacy carrier. Chain keeper. Read the old journal. Learn from my mistakes. Then write your own story. Document your journey. Find your person. Pass it forward. The chain continues. The legacy lives. The work never ends. From one girl who stopped to help a stranger to another. With love, Sky, she set down the pen. Touched the necklace one final time today. 12 years ago she pushed a wheelbarrow through the rain. Gave up everything for a stranger. And gained a universe she never knew existed. Purpose. Meaning. Family. Legacy. All because she stopped when everyone else kept walking. All because one woman saw potential in a scared little girl. All because compassion is stronger than ambition. The story had come full circle. But it wasn't ending. It was evolving. Growing. Becoming something bigger than Sky. Person. It was becoming eternal. A chain of kindness, stretching backward into history and forward into forever. And Sky was proud to be one link in that chain. Proud to carry Eleanor's name. Her values. Her belief that one person really can change the world. One wheelbarrow at a time. One choice at a time. One life at a time. Forever.